ages, we have been raised in a way by propagating that treat others as you want to be treated, right? But have you even pondered that this may not be true most of the times, right? Why? Because everybody has got different preferences, everybody has got different needs, everybody has got different personalities, everybody has got different anchors, right? So if you really want to make people feel important, and if you really care for them, and if you really want to make that genuine difference in their life, the mantra is treat others as they want to be treated, right? Because everybody is different and the straight jacket rule doesn't apply to everyone, right? So we can actually, by considering this perspective, create more inclusive and empathetic environment where everybody feels valued and respected, right? We can make really a world a better place by actually propagating this mantra. Let me give you one anecdote on a hilarious note, that don't give flowers to people who are allergic to it, right? So we are thinking that flowers are good, or I like flowers, right? And without even understanding that maybe the other person is allergic to it. So the flowers may not be good for that other person, right? Let me give you one more classic example of returning mothers to workplace, right? When they return, many times out of compassion, empathy, managers, they assume that these returning mothers, they are requiring, or they're asking or expecting a comfortable environment, and they don't want any tough situation to handle. But it may not be true. If I give my personal example, when I became a mother, I had double the zeal to come to the office and to contribute to my work, right? So my appeal is to the managers and people is to break that assumption, break that bias, and ask these women, right? Ask these new moms that what are their preferences, how they want to rekindle their work, right? What kind of projects are they looking for? How much they can contribute in a meaningful way? So nobody is asking for a sympathy or empathy. Rather, yes, of course, empathy is welcome, but nobody is asking for that sympathy. So break that assumption, correct? Even in a team scenario, if you look, if, for example, your personality, your MBTI profiling per se is an extrovert, but there are team members who are introverts. So if you are going to have a team building activity which is totally inclined towards extroversion, it may fail. So you will have to create multifarious ways to make a bonding between people, looking at the preferences of each other. So even if this is also applicable in rewards, right? So whatever reward you are giving, quite possible it may not be liked by everybody. So the individual preferences have to be seen very, very carefully. In a team, there are many people, few people, they are very thinking oriented, few people, they are very action oriented, few people are introverts, few people are very caring, few people are very closed. So you have to really assess the personality and the anchors of your team members, right? So if you are going to apply the straight jacket rule to everybody, it's not going to work. That is why perhaps the psychometric assessments play into picture, that you try to have MBTI for personality, or a DISC assessment, or a Hogan assessment. There are many, right? To understand what kind of team members are there, right? And then create an environment where everybody can support each other, and you can actually help these team members to elevate, right? even in a personal scenario, right? You go to somebody's place and you think that, you know, you are an extrovert and you like parties and going out, and you are expecting that the other person also like parties, and and you are very fond of giving surprises and all, and this other person actually doesn't like surprises, right? So what happens is that it actually, rather than giving that good experience, it bounces back. It bounces back. You are not able to create that experience, and that is actually generating dissatisfaction in you, because you thought that, oh, I will do this and it will create this kind of experience, but actually it bounced back. You couldn't see that happiness on the face or that blissfulness on the face, and you were pondering and wondering, you know, why this happened. I really genuinely care for this person, and I did so much, I got this, I got so many things. Perhaps you believe in giving so many gifts, and this person has some values that the person doesn't like gifts. The person doesn't like, believe in transactions. So you have to really assess the other person, what kind of person the other person is, if you really want to make that other person feel important, right? So if you really want to make other people feel important, listen to them, understand their personalities, understand their preferences, right? Understand their needs, and care genuinely. Have that genuine intention of making that difference. Not every time the action matters, right? Sometimes that intention also matters, which is being seen in your conversations. Correct? And I think this mantra is a better way of nourishing relationships and making world a better place. So treat others as they want to be treated. Take care. Stay blessed.